Lucille Ball collapsed on her living room floor at exactly 11:47 p.m. on March 4th, 1955. Not from a heart attack, not from exhaustion, but from 5 words her husband whispered that made her legs stop working. America's queen of comedy, the woman who made 60 million people laugh every Monday night, crumbled like someone had cut her strings. Desi Arnaz caught her before her head hit the coffee table, lowered her gently to the carpet, and kept talking because what he had to say couldn't wait, not even for her to breathe properly. The documents were still spread across the table. The unsigned check for $2 million was face up, catching the lamplight, and Desi was still explaining why he'd spent 3 months lying to her about the most important decision of their lives. To understand why the most beloved woman in America collapsed that night, you have to rewind 6 hours to a soundstage in Hollywood where Lucy had just finished taping episode 142 of I Love Lucy. The audience was still applauding. Ed McMahon was laughing at something Vivian Vance said. Everything looked perfect. Then Desi appeared at the edge of the stage, stone cold sober. At 7 p.m. on a Friday night, Desi Arnaz was never sober. Lucy saw his face and knew. Not another woman. Not another drunken mistake. Something bigger. Something that was going to crack the foundation of everything they'd built. Meet me at the ranch, Desi said. Not the house. The ranch. Their private place. The place they went when the world got too loud. Lucy, we need to talk tonight. No cameras. No writers. No audience. Just us. What Desi revealed in those next 4 hours would force Lucy to make an impossible choice. Her marriage or her career. Her love or her dignity. The truth or the lie they'd been selling to America for 5 years. And the worst part, CBS had already made the choice for her. They just forgot to tell her. March 4th, 1955. The Chatsworth Ranch House sat 30 miles outside Hollywood, hidden in the hills where nobody could see America's perfect couple fall apart. Lucy drove there in silence, hands gripping the steering wheel like it was the only solid thing left in her world. She'd called her mother Didi to watch Lucy, and Desi Jr. told her it was business. Didi knew better. Everyone knew better. You don't drive to Chatsworth at 8 p.m. on a Friday for business. You drive there when your marriage is ending and you need to fall apart where the photographers can't find you. Lucy had been preparing for this conversation for 3 years. Ever since the first showgirl. Ever since the first time Desi came home at 4 a.m. smelling like perfume and gin and excuses. She'd practiced the words. I want a divorce. I'm done. Find someone else to play your wife on camera because I'm finished doing it in real life. But when she pulled up to the ranch and saw Desi sitting on the front steps, something was wrong. He wasn't drunk. That was terrifying. Desi's chaos she could handle. Desi's charm, his apologies, his promises to do better. She'd built an immunity to all of it. But Desi sober? Desi waiting with manila folders and a briefcase like he was preparing for a board meeting? That was new. He stood when she got out of the car. Lucy, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Like she was a business associate. Like they hadn't built an empire together. Like they hadn't created 2 children and the #1 show in television history. Lucy walked past him into the house. The living room was ready. Documents spread across the coffee table in neat rows. A bottle of water, not bourbon, sitting next to Desi's chair. He'd been planning this. Whatever this was, he'd been planning it. Sit down, Desi said. Please. Lucy sat. She looked at the papers. Financial statements. Legal contracts. Letters with the CBS letterhead. And a check. A personal check made out to Desi Arnaz for $2 million. Unsigned. Lucy, Desi said, and his voice cracked. What I'm about to tell you, you're going to hate me. You're going to hate me more than you already do. But I need you to hear all of it before you say anything. Because if I don't tell you tonight, tomorrow CBS is going to tell you their version. And their version makes me the villain. Lucy looked at him. Aren't you? Desi closed his eyes. Yes, but not the way you think. Desi picked up the first document. A financial audit from Desilu Productions. 3 months old. Lucy had never seen it. Our company is losing money, Lucy. A lot of money. Lucy stared at him. We're the #1 show in America. We own the studio. How are we losing money? Desi slid the paper across the table. Because of me. The reshoots. Last year alone, we spent $340,000 redoing scenes because I showed up drunk. The hush money. We've paid off 3 different women in the last 18 months to keep affairs out of the press. The legal fees. The lawyers we keep on retainer to clean up my mistakes. Lucy's jaw tightened. So you're finally admitting it. All of it. This isn't about admitting anything, Desi said. This is about what happens next. He pulled out another document. A letter on CBS Network letterhead dated December 8, 1954. 3 months ago. Read it. Lucy took the letter. Her hand started shaking halfway through the first paragraph. CBS was canceling I Love Lucy. Not because of ratings. Because of Desi. The network executives had determined that Desi Arnaz was a liability. His drinking, his affairs, his public behavior, all of it was damaging the show's wholesome image. They wanted Lucy. Just Lucy. They were offering her a 5-year contract extension as the solo star of a retooled show. Same time slot. Same writers. New leading man. They'd already started casting. Wait, Lucy said. They sent this 3 months ago. Why am I only seeing this now? Because they didn't send it to you, Desi said quietly. They sent it to me first. Lucy looked up. What? They came to me in December. Offered me a deal. If I walked away quietly, if I agreed to divorce you and blame it on creative differences, if I let them rebuild the show without me, they'd pay me $2 million and let me keep producing credits from the shadows. Desi gestured to the unsigned check on the table. That check has been sitting in my office for 11 weeks. Lucy couldn't breathe. You've been sitting on this for 3 months? While I've been playing your wife on camera. While I've been defending you to the press. While I've been lying to our children about why Daddy doesn't come home. I didn't sign it, Desi said. Lucy stood up. Papers fell from her lap. That's supposed to make this better? You want credit for not taking $2 million to abandon your family? Sit down, Lucy. There's more. There can't possibly be more. Desi looked at her. His eyes were red. He looked like he'd aged 10 years in 10 weeks. Tomorrow morning, CBS is meeting with your agent. They're making you the same offer. But their version, Lucy, their version says I already agreed to leave. They're going to tell you I took the money. They're going to make you choose between me and your career. And the worst part? He picked up the check. The worst part is I almost let them do it. Lucy sat back down slowly. Her legs wouldn't hold her anymore. You almost took it. It wasn't a question. Desi nodded. For 6 weeks, I convinced myself it was the right thing. That you'd be better off without me. That the kids would be better off. That I was doing you a favor by disappearing with a check instead of dragging you through another year of my disasters. He pulled out more documents. Meeting notes. Dates and times. December 15th, lunch with CBS executives. They showed me the budget projections. How much more profitable the show would be without me. December 22nd, they introduced me to 3 actors they wanted to replace me. Good guys. Talented. Sober. Everything I'm not. January 8th, they had lawyers draft the settlement. Clean break. No-fault divorce. We'd tell America we wanted different things. You'd get the show. I'd get the money. Everyone wins. Lucy's voice was barely a whisper. Why didn't you sign it? Desi stood up. Started pacing. Because on January 14th, Lucy asked me a question. We were having breakfast. Just the 2 of us. You were at the studio. And she looked at me with those eyes that looked just like yours, and she said, Daddy, how come you and Mommy only smile at each other when people are watching? Lucy closed her eyes. Desi continued. And I didn't have an answer. I tried to explain that grown-ups are complicated. That Mommy and Daddy love each other even when we fight. All the things we tell kids when we're lying to them. But she just looked at me and said, I think you're pretending. Like when you pretend to be Ricky. Lucy, that question destroyed me. Because she was right. We're not Lucy and Ricky. We're actors playing Lucy and Ricky. And we've gotten so good at it that we forgot how to be real. Desi sat back down. Put his head in his hands. I realized if I signed that check, if I took the easy way out, I'd be teaching our daughter that love has a price tag. That when things get hard, you cash out. That pretending is easier than truth. Lucy stared at the documents, at the unsigned check, at 3 months of secret meetings. Desi, if you didn't sign it, why are you telling me this now? Because tomorrow they're giving you the same choice. But they're going to lie to you. They're going to tell you I already abandoned you, that I took the money and ran. And you're going to believe them because why wouldn't you? I've given you every reason to believe the worst of me. He looked at her. I'm telling you tonight because you deserve the truth. Even if the truth is that I'm exactly the disaster they say I am. Even if the truth is that CBS is right. You would be better off without me. Lucy's hands were shaking. She picked up the check. $2 million. More money than her parents made in their entire lives. You could have been free. Free of me. Free of this. Free of explaining to reporters why your husband was photographed with another woman. You could have blamed me for everything. I could have. And tomorrow, when CBS tells you their version, you still can. Lucy looked at him. What are you asking me to do, Desi? I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm giving you the choice they tried to steal from you. You can take their offer tomorrow. Rebuild the show without me. Tell America I left you. I'll back up whatever story you want to tell. Or Desi's voice broke. Or we tell them both to go to hell. We finish this season together. We end the show on our terms. And then we figure out what's left of us without the cameras. Lucy stood up. The room tilted. She grabbed the edge of the table, but her vision was tunneling. Her chest was tight. She couldn't pull air into her lungs. Desi, I can't breathe. Desi was up immediately. Lucy. She collapsed. Not dramatically. Her legs just gave out. Desi caught her, lowered her to the floor. Lucy was gasping. Short, rapid breaths that weren't bringing oxygen. Her face was pale. Sweat on her forehead. I can't, she kept saying. I can't. Desi held her. Called their private doctor. Kept talking because he couldn't stop. I'm sorry, Lucy. I should have been better. I should have been the man you needed. I destroyed us. I destroyed everything. Lucy grabbed his collar. Pulled him close. Her voice barely working. Did you love her? Any of them? Desi looked at her. Tears streaming down his face. No. Never. That's the pathetic truth, Lucy. None of them were you. None of them were even close to you. Lucy's breathing was slowing. The panic attack cresting. Why? Why did you do it then? Because I'm weak. Because I hate myself. Because every time I look at you, I see everything I'm not. And it's easier to find someone who doesn't know how badly I'm failing than to face the woman who sees all of it. The doctor arrived 20 minutes later. Gave Lucy a sedative. Told Desi it was acute anxiety. Emotional shock. She needed rest. Desi carried Lucy upstairs. Laid her in their bed. Sat in the chair across the room and watched her sleep. The documents were still downstairs. The unsigned check was still on the table. And tomorrow, CBS was going to call Lucy's agent with an offer that would change everything. Lucy woke up at 6:17 a.m. The sun was barely up. Desi was still in the chair across the room. He hadn't moved. Hadn't slept. His eyes were fixed on her like he was memorizing her face. You stayed, Lucy said. Her voice was hoarse. Where else would I go? Lucy sat up slowly. Her head was pounding. The sedative left her fuzzy. But the conversation from last night was sharp, crystal clear. Every word, every document, every terrible choice. I called your agent, Desi said. Told him you were sick. The CBS meeting is postponed until Monday. Don't. Lucy's voice was stronger now. Don't protect me from this. I'm not protecting you. I'm giving you time to decide, without them pressuring you. Lucy threw back the covers. Walked to him. Desi stood up, but she pushed him back into the chair. Stood over him. You said there is no marriage. Last night, you said we're just actors playing parts. Do you believe that? Desi looked up at her. I don't know what I believe anymore, Lucy. Then let me tell you what I believe. Lucy's voice was steady now. Hard. I believe you're a drunk. I believe you've cheated on me more times than I can count. I believe you've gambled with our money, our reputation, our children's stability. I believe you've nearly destroyed everything we built. Desi closed his eyes, accepting it. But I also believe you just did the bravest thing you've ever done. Desi looked up, confused. You could have taken that check and let CBS blindside me. You could have let them make me choose you while thinking you'd already abandoned me. You could have made yourself the victim and me the fool. Instead, you gave me the truth and the choice. Lucy sat on the arm of the chair. That's not nothing, Desi. That's the first honest thing you've done in 3 years. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to that meeting on Monday. I'm going to hear their offer. I'm going to let them tell me whatever lies they've prepared. And then I'm going to tell them that if they want me, they get both of us or neither of us. Desi started to protest. Lucy, you can't throw away your career for what? For a marriage that's already over? She looked at him. Maybe the marriage is over. Maybe we can't fix what we had. But the partnership, the business, the thing we built together, that's worth fighting for. And I'm not letting them take it, because you couldn't keep your pants on, and I couldn't keep pretending I didn't notice. This is our company, our show, our legacy. We end it when we decide, on our terms, not theirs. Desi's voice was rough. What are you asking me to do? Get sober. Actually sober. I'm talking doctors. I'm talking treatment. I'm talking you don't touch a drop, or we're done. Not TV done. Done. Second, Lucy stood up, started pacing. I'm taking over as executive producer. You become consultant. I run the show. You support me. We flipped the script completely. And third, if you can't do those things, if your ego can't handle me being the boss, if you can't stay faithful for 1 season, you take that check, sign the papers, and we're done. But you do it honestly. No more lies. No more pretending. Desi stared at her. This is the only way we survive. Both of us. With our dignity intact. Lucy walked to the window. The sun was fully up now. 1 more season, Desi. Our best work. Our finale. We go out at number 1. And then we figure out what happens to Lucy and Desi when the cameras turn off. Desi stood. Walked to her. I'll do it. All of it. I'll get help. You run everything. We do this your way. Lucy turned to face him. Don't promise me. Show me. They stood there. 2 people who'd loved each other so completely they'd built an empire. 2 people who'd hurt each other so deeply the empire was crumbling. 2 people choosing to fight for something bigger than their broken marriage. Monday morning, Lucy said, we face CBS together. Desi nodded. Together. But this time, Lucy was in charge, and everything was about to change. Monday, March 7th, 1955. Lucy walked into the CBS executive conference room at 9 a.m. sharp. Desi was beside her. The executives weren't expecting him. Their faces went white. Lucy didn't sit down. Gentlemen, I understand you have an offer for me. The head of programming, William Paley, cleared his throat. Lucy, perhaps we should speak privately. My husband is my business partner. Anything you say to me, you say to him. Paley slid a contract across the table. 5 years. Solo star. New leading man already cast. $3 million. Lucy didn't touch it. Here's my counteroffer. 1 more season. I'm executive producer. Desi is consulting producer. We end the show at number 1. On our terms. Then we're done. The executives looked at each other. Lucy, we don't think that's. I didn't ask what you think. This is the offer. Take it or we walk. CBS called back in 18 hours. Deal. The 1956 to 1957 season of I Love Lucy was the highest rated season in the show's history. Lucy ran everything. Made every creative decision. Desi got sober. For that year, he actually did it. Showed up on time. Supported her. Let her lead. They ended the show in May 1957. Number 1 in America. On their terms. Exactly as Lucy promised. The divorce came 3 years later in 1960. Desi eventually relapsed. The sobriety didn't last. But the partnership did. Desilu Productions became the most powerful independent studio in television. Star Trek, Mission Impossible, The Untouchables. All produced under Lucy and Desi's company even after they separated. In 1962, Lucy bought Desi out. Became the first woman to own a major television studio. Not because of CBS's offer. Because she'd learned that night in Chatsworth that she didn't need anyone's permission to be powerful. Years later, a reporter asked Lucy about the divorce. Do you regret marrying Desi? Never, Lucy said. But he hurt you so much. Lucy smiled. That genuine smile. He also told me the truth, when lying would have been easier. He gave me a choice, when he could have made it for me. That's love, even when everything else is broken. After Lucy died in 1989, her daughter Lucy found something in her mother's safe deposit box. The unsigned check for $2 million. Lucy had kept it for 34 years. On the back, in Lucy's handwriting, the price of honesty, priceless. People remember Lucy and Desi's marriage as a tragedy. A love story destroyed by fame, addiction, and betrayal. But they miss what really happened that night at the Chatsworth Ranch on March 4th, 1955. It wasn't a story about infidelity. It was a story about choice. Desi could have taken $2 million and let CBS write the narrative. Could have let Lucy walk into that meeting blind, believing he'd already abandoned her. Could have made himself the victim and her the fool who chose a cheater over her career. Instead, he chose the harder thing. Truth. Lucy could have taken CBS's offer. Could have blamed everything on Desi. Could have rebuilt her career as the wronged woman who finally walked away. America would have loved her even more. Instead, she chose the harder thing. Partnership. Here's what people don't understand about that night. Lucy didn't collapse because Desi confessed to almost leaving. She collapsed because for the first time in years, someone gave her the truth and the power to decide what happened next. Not control. Not manipulation. Not another performance for the cameras. Just honest information and genuine choice. That's the rarest gift one person can give another. We live in a world that celebrates the easy out, the comfortable lie, the version of events that makes us look good. But Lucy and Desi taught us something different that night. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do isn't stay together. It's tell the truth and let the other person choose freely. They divorced. The marriage ended. But they gave each other something more valuable than forever. They gave each other dignity. And maybe that's the real definition of love. Not staying. Not pretending. Not performing. But seeing someone completely, flaws and all, and still giving them the truth and the freedom to walk away. Sometimes the bravest love is the kind that lets go honestly.